good announcements and a very brief, a little bit long report. So, last council meeting was held around a week and a half ago. We had our last sport club's council meeting. They were able to approve the new amendments to the sport club's council code, as well as the sport club's council budget. They had budget request presentations 2 weeks prior to that. They were able to come and present any of their expected budget that they were going to spend for the next year. And so we were able to make recommendations regarding that, and then council was able to vote on it, so which was great. On the other side, I have few achievements from sport clubs. First, we have men's volleyball. They have B team have won Division 3AA at the National Collegiate Volleyball Federation. Cheer has competed at the National College Cheer Competition, and the co-ed team competed D1 Advanced Large and received second place against one of the best teams in the country. And the all-girl team competed D1 Intermediate All-Girl, which is the largest and toughest division of the competition as well. And they ended up placing 16th on day two, beating out almost half of their division. On the other side, we have archery making also, they went to West Regionals, second in men's bareboard eliminations, second in women's recurve qualifying, and second in men's team barebow as well. On the other side, we have members that have placed first in men's barebow and first in women's recurve as well. On the other side, we also have a sport club's banquet happening on Wednesday at 5:30 here in the Grand Salon, which is going to be exciting. We also had a meeting regarding like who were going to be the winners of the awards, because we also give awards out. And yeah, so, and on the other side, we also have last transition meeting. So we're going to be transitioning in like the new sport club's council e-board members. And that's all for my report and my term for as sport club's president. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service, Lorena. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Okay, seeing none, we're moving into special presentation because she's walking up to the podium. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Nessie.
My bad. Sorry. Okay. On. Okay. So I'm here to present the 2025 voting turnout for the AS and USU election. Let's get started. Ooh. Is it good? Okay. Okay. So for the 2025 AS and USU election, we got the total number of votes of 3,063 total votes, with it being 8.5%. So yay. It was actually one of the highest. 22 was at 7, so we did reach that 8.5, which is great. We can move forward with the presidential candidates. So Kiri Saravia and Alvaro Geminiano Aragon got 1,922 votes out of those 3,000. Upper Division Senator Cristo Hernandez with 878 votes, and Max Arias Gomez with 465 votes. We got our lower division senators, Camila Vicente, 366 votes, Jimena Garcia with 277 votes, and another candidate who unfortunately was not elected at 169 votes. We have our arts, media, communication senators, Isaac Gavino with 148 votes, Michael Ascension with 105 votes, and again, another candidate who was unfortunately not elected, 85 votes. We have our business and economic senators. We had 4 candidates go up for this one. Emily Atias with 209 votes, Stephanie Ramirez with 151 votes, Natalie Lopez Lopez with 90 votes, and Gunateja Gali with 62 votes. We had our one candidate senator, Richard Quiroga with 70 votes for the education. And then we had our engineering and computer science senators with Alejandro Dominguez, 325 votes. We had our health and humanities Development Senator Eddie Umana, 367 votes. We had Humanities Senators Elizabeth Abrams, 39 votes. Kimberly Basillo, 36 votes. Joshua Gallardo, 30 votes. We had our Science and Mathematics Senator Sandra Dowd, 123 votes. Scarlett Kadka, 89 votes. Our Social and Behavioral Sciences Senator Marcelo Cabrera, 384 votes. Our graduate senators, Elise Cunan with 138 votes, Cesar Rosales with 93 votes. And then lastly, I'd like to recognize our new USU Board of Directors, Alejandro Perez with 517 votes, Kareem Kutali with 448 votes, Honey Modi with 429 votes, Alexia Aguilar with 402 votes, Cameron Gonzalez with 388 votes. And that concludes the presentation. Oh, sorry. The referenda. So the ASN mission and value statement, we got a total of 2,392 votes with 112 votes opposing it. The change, that is. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Nessie, and congratulations to everyone. Did anyone have any questions? Okay. Yeah, congratulations to everyone. Congratulations to the Constitution. And yeah, all right. Just want to triple check. Is there anyone else here for open forum? Okay, I just want to make sure. All right. Okay, then we'll move past unfinished business, open forum, into new business. The only item is to allocate $1,000 from unassigned contingency to associated students for parent scholarships. Is there a motion on the floor? Senator Pulliam.
I move to allocate $1,000 from unassigned contingency to associate students for parent scholarships.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Nunez. Any discussion? Senator Basilio.
So just question, are the parent scholarships gonna be like on our AS scholarships page or like how are
We already, yeah, so we already have scholarships for parent scholarships. I'll refer to Tim at some point. But I want to see how much I know. We already have parent scholarships, but so yeah, they are already on the website. This is just adding more money to it. But Tim?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So this is one of our endowments that was created that AS has. When we create an endowment, that needs to have $25,000 allocated to it, and then it has to sit for a couple of years to be able to generate enough funds to start giving out money to the parent scholars. There was a shortfall at some point, which meant that we would not be giving out a scholarship this year and had to wait. So we worked with the foundation to see what that shortfall was, and then there's just a little bit more money in there to make sure that it doesn't happen again, because it just didn't feel right that we didn't give out the scholarship because we might have given it out too early versus letting the money fill up. So that's why Katie and I talked about potentially filling it back up to give the scholarship out.
Does that answer your question? Any other discussion? Senator Olgan?
I just like the idea. It's amazing. As I'm one of the parenting scholars here, it's really, expenses are very different compared to traditional students. Could this be established, like something every year that AS can support?
It is something we have every year.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just us putting more money into
Okay.
it because we, used all the funds.
Yeah.
So this is just us putting more money.
Thank you.
Yeah. Accurate.
Close to accurate. It gets invested and then money goes
Right.
up and down. And we went too early in giving out the scholarships, which meant it didn't make enough money. So there was a shortfall this year in that. So we just wanted to fill it back up. So there's still money in there. Even after we give out the scholarship this year, there will still be an endowment
Right.
for parent scholars for next year as well.
Nice. I was on the right track. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, we will take this to a vote. All in favor of approving the allocation of $1,000 from unassigned contingency to Associated Students for Parent Scholarships, please raise your hand. This passes unanimously. Thank you. All right, we'll now move on to reports. Starting with mine. Hi everyone. Sorry for missing Senate last week, but I'll be covering my last week's reports as well. So I had a chance, along with the committee, to complete all of our on-campus interviews for the Associated Students Executive Director position. Thank you to everyone who was able to participate in the forums for the candidates. It's very helpful for the Search and Screen Committee. And the committee has made its final decision, and it'll be moving forward to the Personnel Board for their approval this week. We plan on having the Senate approve the final candidate on our last meeting on May 5th, which will be a closed session. If there's any change to that, I will keep you all in the loop. Another good update, there has been a reversal in a lot of SEVIS terminations as of last Friday. I've gotten a report that 15 out of 70 CSU students, SEVIS termination has been reversed. So it's a very good number. Hopefully that number goes all the way up back to 70. And if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm also serving on the Search and Screen Committee for the Associate Vice President of Enrollment Services, and the interviews for that position on campus will be happening this week, or starting this week, and then you should have all received invites for open forums for the candidates. So if you can make it, I would highly suggest you do. It's just a very, very, very important position. Dr. Watkins' head is nodding in the back, and he knows it. So please try to be there. The same thing was for the Chief Diversity Officer or Associate Vice President of Equity and Diversity, or I don't know. But they've also had open forums this last week and this week. So I've been able to attend a couple of them. I'll be attending another meeting regarding that today. So that's good. A lot of searches for really important positions for the campus. So make your participation heard if you can. I was able to present an award at the Matter Involvement Center Clubs and Orgs Award Ceremony. Shout out Asia. That was a great time. And I'm currently in the middle of doing check-ins with cabinet members regarding their transition packets to ensure, they have fully thought of everything to include for whoever will be taking their position next year. Me and a couple other people in AS had our last Campus Fee Advisory Committee meeting to provide recommendations to Dr. Watkins about the fee allocation. Tight year, but we are hoping the best for all of the allocations of the campus quality fee. We had the AI Jam showcase last Friday. So Iman and I had the chance to host the event from its inception to all the way to the showcase. So we were able to award the first, second, and third place winners of the AI Jam, which was really great. People have really great ideas, so very exciting stuff. I had the chance to attend the Valley of Stars Gala and VICA State Office Holders Dinner through the Office of Government and Community Relations, which is a great opportunity. Shout out Office of Government and Community Relations. And then Congressman Brad Sherman came to campus last Saturday. I think I sent you all an email about his town hall. I did. And I was able to go. Very interesting. Definitely got me out of my echo chamber of who votes for who and who gets people in office. There was really no young people at this town hall, which was really interesting. Not interesting, but genuinely got me out of my echo chamber, though. I was very shocked. So yeah, he's not in my district though, so I don't live here. So I just want to watch. Also finishing up the reviewing and consideration of over 110 budgets for IRA. Shout out to Hannah and Tim for their great work on that with IRA. And then the end of year celebration is this Thursday at 5 o'clock at the OST lawn. So the OST lawn is going to be by the productions building in that corner over there on the lawn outside. So make sure you're there. It'll be a fun time. And then next Monday is our last Senate meeting. So also make sure you're there. We'll be having obviously some important things to talk about. And then lastly, me and the CSSA delegation will be attending the last plenary for this year at Stanislaus State. So we'll be driving to Turlock, California. If you know anything to do in Turlock, let me know. Because I don't. But yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you for all your work that you're doing. And if you ever need anything, let me know. Are there any questions? All right, seeing none. Vice President Khan is unable to be here today and will be providing her report at the next meeting. So I'll be moving on to Chief of Staff Ramos for the Chief of Staff's report.
Good morning, everyone. Excuse me, I'm a little sick, so I might sound a little nasally. This week's cabinet report will be significantly short, mainly because all the cabinet members have shorter reports this week, and they're all essentially doing the same thing as well. So as usual, I've been holding my bi-weekly meetings and check-ins with cabinet members. And then I'm also just going to be combining everyone's report because, again, like we've been doing the same thing. Cabinet is going to be supporting students during finals week by tabling and providing quick, meaningful resources like stress relief kits, snacks, and motivational notes to ease stress and promote student success the week before finals week. So that should be next week, I want to say. Well, and then also Cabinet is in the process of completing their transition packets, giving us great insight on the members' overall experience on their position. And then they're also responding to any necessary emails during their scheduled office hours. So that's what Cabinet's doing at the moment. But in addition, Chief Justice Rosales also wanted me to say that a finalized version of the Chief Justice Code will be sent into Internal Affairs to be approved and sent to the Senate, which was worked on mainly by Senator Basilio, with himself adding notes and an addendum. And that is all for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the Chief of Staff's report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the Chair of Finances report with Chair Ponce.
Hey everyone, good morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. I'll start off with the account balances. So under STAR, there is currently $96,388. In unassigned contingency, there is $620,172. In the philanthropy fund, there is $7,464.09. And in clubs and orgs travel, there is $4,565. And in terms of my report, you all already approved supplemental request 292. That is what we discussed last week in Finance Committee. And today is our last Finance Committee meeting of the year. So looking forward to that. And there is nothing on the agenda for this Finance Committee meeting. And aside from that, last week, Tyler Galetz started as the assistant chair of finance, so I've just been bringing him up to speed, and I've started delegating responsibilities to him. So looking forward to working more with him. Aside from that, as Katie mentioned, I did attend the campus fee advisory meeting on Friday, April 25th, and we just went over current requests, the funding that is currently available through the campus fee, and how the board is looking at like potential reductions and like their strategy for that overall fee. And aside from that, I am continuing to work on the IRA budget allocation since that meeting is going to be taking place April 29th. So finishing up that. And lastly, just continuing to work on stars and supplemental requests and wrapping those up. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the Chair of Finance's report? Senator Toledo Carranza.
Point of personal privilege.
Granted. All right, seeing none, we'll now move on to the Attorney General's report with Attorney General Martinez.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, I hope you all are doing well, managing school and just life in general as we're moving into our last couple weeks here. Last week was a really fun week. Me and Bella got to have a meeting with athletics with Colin Donahue and Edith Winterhalter. Sorry if I butchered your last name, Edith. This meeting was about our legislative referral about football. It quickly changed into a discussion about how we can highlight our sports teams that we already have on campus and how we could get students more engaged with the amazing teams that we do have. They were really excited about this idea and working with AS, and they talked about how they would really like a closer relationship with athletics and AS for the next coming year. So I just wanted to highlight that out. Me and Bella, we were discussing ideas with them. We talked about how we could work with marketing for captains to come and kind of promote their team, show their face. We had some other ideas going on that were really that they really liked. Me and Katie had a meeting to go over my transition packet for the next Attorney General, and then last week I've mainly just been working on codes for internal affairs and working on a presentation on how to solidify how to correctly review those codes so that way it's more accessible for everybody. Let me see. Last thing that I need to say, so for transition packets for Senate, those are going to be due next Friday at 5 o'clock. Please get those to me by then. 5:59 would be great. So that is that for that. Last week of standing committees is this week. This also is the last week of office hours. So the week of May 5th, office hours will not be mandatory, but you can still come in and work on anything, but they will not be mandatory. So you guys can work and focus on your finals. I'll send all that information out in an email later just to remind everyone. And then this week, I'll just be updating the attendance rosters and working on my own transition packet for cabinet. Thank you all for your hard work this semester so far, and let's finish strong.
Thank you. Are there any questions on the Attorney General's report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the standing committee reports, with the first one being External Affairs with Senator Gavino.
Good morning, everyone. As President Karim mentioned, I attended the Campus Fee Advisory Committee meeting last week. It was very informative about the state of the campus quality fee and all those proposals. In external, we currently have, I believe it's 4 referrals. We tabled a few indefinitely last week. I'll read those out. We tabled indefinitely introduced $5 menu plan as I spoke to the Chartwells people who do the food, and they already have a value meal plan. It isn't $5, but they weren't really interested in pursuing it any further. We also tabled indefinitely, where is it? Compact parking and permits for on-campus parking spaces. We simply didn't have the contacts to work with a parking referral. Also tabled indefinitely Senate reports, as that's a referral that's being worked on indirectly and internal with the Attorney General Code and the Vice President Code. So yeah, but we still have about 4 referrals, looking to convert those into some recommendations or reports by next week for sure. And then yeah, the University Search and Screen Committee for the Dean of the University Library has wrapped up, and I was informed that the report was sent to the Provost today, so that's great. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Gavino. Any questions on the External Affairs report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the Internal Affairs report with Senator Basilio.
Good morning, everyone. In internal affairs, we are still working on 5 referrals and several recommendations to go along with those for the last Senate meeting. We tabled 2 referrals indefinitely, which are readout referrals that are tabled indefinitely, and a debriefing reports referral. This because most of those referrals, or both of those referrals, are pretty much done, and also at the same time, a lot of this work needs to be worked on with marketing and preparation for the next administration and their ideas as well. So That's it. If you want to come to the meeting to give your input, or if you have any questions on any of the referrals we're doing, please go tomorrow 4 to 5.
Thank you. Any questions on the internal affairs report? Seeing none, we'll move on to the university affairs report with Senator Aronson.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well in their last couple of weeks of the semester. Going to be a pretty quick report today. So we tabled 3 referrals of 6 indefinitely at our last meeting. So the first one was Coldwater in the SRC. They basically seemed unwilling to work with us on that referral after some time working with them. So we decided to sort of just put that one to rest. They took our suggestion, at least they said they did. So we think that that's the most that we could do given the circumstances. The second referral that we tabled indefinitely was 24-hour vending machines, because the correspondence for this referral was clearly not going well. It would have to be continued next semester. And nothing more could be done for this semester. So that one was tabled indefinitely. And also, as Attorney General Martinez referred to, the football referral, there might be some other work done just in general, increasing sports engagement, but there's basically no hope in getting a football team, sadly, according to the sources that Attorney General Martinez and Senator Pulliam had spoken to. So that was tabled indefinitely. We do still have 3 referrals that we're going to talk about at our final meeting this week. So those are going to be protecting our gardens on campus, vending machine map, and add vending machines to the library. As always, I want to thank my committee members for all of their hard work and dedication, even in these last few weeks of our senatorship, not letting senioritis get to them. I appreciate that. And to everybody, I hope you're doing well. I hope your final season is going well. And if you have any questions about any of these referrals or anything regarding university affairs or the campus in general, please feel free to let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the university affairs report? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the interim AS executive director's report with Tim Shapansky.
Good morning, everyone. Most of our programming is winding down as we get closer to finals. Outdoor Adventures has 1 trip left, I think this next week. They're going to do a backpacking trip up in Santa Barbara. The Children's Center has 4 interviews, 2 this week and 2 next week for teachers and supervising teachers. Grad Bash is going on today from 10 to 2 at the Bramian Lawn. So head out there and check out our productions team. This week is also, I had told you that AS is in a compliance audit with the Chancellor's Office. This week, the auditors will be here. So we just got them set up in the admin suite. So they'll be working with our team to collect more data and do more looking through our files and making sure that we are compliant. IRA budgets are due, so our team is getting those in and working on those diligently. And then last thing I just want to say is good luck on your papers and finals as we roll into the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. Any questions on the interim AS executive director's report? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to university advisors report with Asia Butler.
Good morning. Like the president said, we had our Student Organizations Award ceremony last Wednesday. Appreciate all the support we get from AS. We wouldn't be able to host this event if it wasn't for the funding from AS. So thank you for your financial support, and then also just being there. I saw a lot of you at the event, so very appreciative of that, and I know our student organizations are as well. Our last event is our Greek graduation celebration, which I believe is next Wednesday in this room. So we're going to be celebrating our graduating fraternity and sorority members. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions on the university advisors report? Seeing none, we'll move into the faculty advisors report with Dr. Veda Ward.
Good morning, everyone. April has been an absolutely amazing and overwhelming month. We have looked at autism. We've remembered Armenia. We've lost Pope Francis. We've celebrated Earth Day, Easter, Recently, the Vancouver tragedy has occurred. Holocaust remembrance has come upon us. So much to do. So my word for today is challenge. First of all, I want you to give yourselves a hug or a pat on the back for the challenges that you have overcome to be where you are today. So I would like to applaud you for that. Remembering those faculty, staff, administrators, and peers who have challenged you to achieve all the things that you have. Being aware of the ways that you challenge others and make sure that when you're in that classroom, you're walking along the campus, looking in the eyes of your peers, challenge them to be the best that they can be. And then finally, I'm hoping that we as faculty, staff, students, learners, friends, have actually challenged you to meet not only the things that you're facing now, but where you plan on going in the future. That's what our job is really about. So I'm hoping, just in closing, that you have a great week and that you're ready to meet those next couple of challenges in papers, finals, and all the things that you do, as well as carrying out these amazing events and activities. And I'd like to thank you personally for all of your time as senators as you move forward. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. Very inspirational. Any questions on the faculty advisors report? All right, seeing none, we'll move past information items, discussion items, legislative referrals into announcements. Are there any announcements from the board? Senator Basilio.
So I have an event, Ethics Studies Mixer, on Wednesday, 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. In Jerome Richfield 118, and we're gonna be making friendship bracelets. So please go.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Senator Pulliam?
Last week I was able to go in the Heroes of Education event where like different awards were given. I went with different people, including Shafali, the dean of my college, like people from the Government of Community Relations and different alumni. And it was really special because I believe around like half of the people getting awards were actually from CSUN. So that's an amazing accomplishment to highlight.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Senator Gavino?
Ella and I will be having an Arts Media Communications student mixer also on Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. in the AS Sustainability Center conference room. Come by, we'll have food, we'll have some student organizations out there, so it'll be a good time.
Thank you. Senator Olgan?
As you all know, the April also Sexual Awareness Month, and there's exhibit still at CSUN USC Soul Center. Last 3 days for the exhibit. It's What Were You Wearing exhibit. So please, if you have time, just, visit quick. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Dr. Ward?
Yes, RTM will be holding a ropes and play event on May 8th. So I'm hoping that if you're ready to shake it up and challenge yourself, you'll get out there and do that one last time before the semester ends to actually have that great F word, fun.
That was good. That was good. Now I'm pumped up. Any other announcements? Senator Basilio?
On the same lines that TJ has, or Senator Olgan has said, April 30th is like the day to wear denim for survivors of sexual assault. So please participate. Thank you.
Thank you for noting that. Any other announcements? I will say this April has also been Arab American Heritage Month, and I happen to be Arab, so shout out to the Arabs. Give them a hug, give them a high five. What? I'll give them money. Venmo them. All of their Venmos are open. All Arabs, including mine. We have 2 more days, so I'll put my QR code on the. Any other announcements? Okay, seeing that. See, that was a good announcement to end off on, so you guys remember my Venmo. All right, so we'll go into final roll call with Attorney General Martinez.
Vice President Khan, Senator Aronson,
Here.
Senator Basilio,
Here.
Senator Gali,
Here.
Senator Gavino,
Here.
Senator Geminiano Aragon,
Here.
Senator Harris,
Here.
Senator Cavigna, Senator Larios, Senator Miyoshi,
Here.
Senator Nadabure,
Here.
Senator Nunez,
Here.
Senator Olgan,
Here.
Senator Perez, Senator Pulliam,
Here.
Senator Toledo Carranza,
Here.
and Senator Tran. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be adjourning this meeting. Record time, 9:48 a.m. Wow. You guys all have 2 hours for fun now. Have fun.